Hey, thank you for clicking play. Again, I don't think I'd actually press record last time. But the funny thing is, as I did an introduction and swept my hands around here, I knocked over this glass, which had just been filled with mostly water, but with a sprinkling of lemon in there as well, for my throat. And that went onto the ottoman that I'm sitting on, which I've now turned around, onto the carpet, onto the table, and onto mostly this controller for the G7000. It's not been a good start, so I had to straight away stop everything, take this apart, and it was fine. It was actually fine on the inside, but I've given it a full rub over anyway. Fortunately, no power was going through the G7000. Anyway, because, onto what we're actually talking about, we're going to have a look at the Commodore 64, which looks like it's just crashed, because the text shouldn't look like that. So let's turn it off. Turn that on again. I know this didn't get impacted. Now that's a black screen. This didn't get impacted at all, so. Are you kidding me? There was no water up this end, so it's nothing to do with that. I now have a C64. Oh, for sake. Well, I've got more than a black screen now. Hang on. Okay, the Commodore 64 is booted. It's working. What I want to show you is LeMans. Now, I don't remember cartridge games being a thing, either for the C64, but then I wasn't looking for them back in the day because I didn't have a C64. But I don't remember them being a thing on the Spectrum, but I believe they were, but certainly not a common thing, and I think you needed an adapter. Somebody correct me in the comments, but that's my understanding. So, we do start to understand, just going to turn this off again. We do start to understand then that the more you get into the Commodore 64, the more of a formidable beast it is, because what you've got in the back of the Commodore 64 right here is you've actually got a cartridge slot. So just like an Atari 2600, Philips G7000, things like that, Sega Master System, you can have games on cartridge and you can plug them in like so. Okay, and it probably won't work now, the way today's going. And let's turn this on, and that what it should do is, rather than having to wait for loading a game through tape, it should load instantly. So let's give that a go. And there we go. Something today actually worked. So I'm going to swing you around for a bit of a better shot, less about me, more about the game. And LeMans, which is the only game I have on cartridge, uses the paddles because it's a driving game, and so it uses these. Now these haven't been cleaned, so these are just running as they would after nearly 40 years. The Commodore's crashed again. I'm going to swing you around. Let's see if we can actually make a video. Okay, I believe that's an okay shot. Let's play some of this game while it's working. And just so you know, when I originally tried this cart, it would always just give me a black screen. I had to give it a good clean, and I gave the port a good clean yesterday. You can maybe see how bad the cartridge was. The cartridge slot was quite clean. I used a Mark Fixes Stuff trick with the slot. I just used a credit card with some kitchen towel over it, sprayed the slot, and off we went. With ISO, obviously, and I used ISO to clean that cart. Right, let's press a button and hope we can get some gameplay in. We're in shot. Right, so let's play some of this. And transparency, I just had to get myself a drink. I had to abort the first part of this gameplay. Oh, I can't put this anywhere near my kit. Because I had a coughing fit that sounded disgusting. Right, so here we go. Press the right button. And you use the paddle like a steering wheel. This is cool. I actually wish more games worked like this. Not necessarily just being on cartridge, but using a paddle controller. We always associate them with ball games. This is really cool. Because you get that analog steering. I know like Night Driver on the 2600 did the same. Imagine if games like Spy Hunter worked like this. Maybe River Raid. This C64 really isn't happy. I played this for a lot longer yesterday. Right, this is the video. Whatever we get out of this bit of footage, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. The water didn't get anywhere near the C64, so goodness only knows. Anyway. Ah, crashed like a C64. Ah, crashed like a Spectrum loading from tape. That was close. I was just trying to make sure the paddle was in shot there. Oh! Crashed like a Bitcoin. Oh, then the road splits. That's right. Oh, look at that control. Come on. So, I mean, this is a bit tetchy. You can see it vibrating a little bit because it hasn't been cleaned, the paddle. I'm sure if I clean this paddle up, it would actually be nice and precise. Apparently you can use Atari 2600 paddles, but the resistance isn't quite the same. So you probably don't want to do that. You don't get quite the right range of movement. Ah. Look at them all coming past like a friggin' swarm of bees. Oh, lots of them. You know what I'm now thinking? I'm thinking I need to try Atari Paddles. And the way today's going, I'll probably set the house on fire. Shall we try it? Okay, so I want to try the paddles from the Atari 2600 Plus because they're brand new, right? And look, just so you can see how hard it is to distinguish, because these are such a good job. These are the new ones. These are the old ones. I think they're plugged into one of those units up the top there, so I won't get them too close. And they just look and feel the same. Obviously, so if you look on the back of these original ones, there's nothing on there. Nothing on there at all. The big clue is on the ones from the 2600 Plus. It says there, I don't know if I'll get that on the camera, but it does actually say there, Atari.com. So that's a bit of a giveaway that these are modern, because of course we didn't really have websites back in the 70s. Not that the internet wasn't a thing, but not in a public way, if you know what I mean. So, let's risk burning the house. I'm going to hot swap this. So we're going to use the 2600 plus paddles in the C64, and let's see if they work. C64 seems a bit stable now, so that's good. Right, let's see. 2600 plus controller on a C64. Wasn't intended to test this. Oh yeah, the movement is not the same at all. And look, that's still very tetchy. And it's a lot faster because the resistance isn't the same. That's not actually... And it's almost like it's got a bit of a lag to the movement as well. It actually feels less precise. Wow. And it's still blub 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 all over the place. So there we go. I would actually use the Commodore. What about original paddles? Let's try the original Atari paddles. Kick the camera. Sure. Okay, so I'm going to risk breaking everything today. I've plugged in the original Atari controllers. Let's see how they compare. This wasn't what I was intending to do. But why not? Yeah, that feels kind of the same as the Atari 2600 Plus ones, funnily enough. Look at that jitter though. And that's what I find on these when I'm playing on the 2600, like Breakout or whatever. The bat's all over the place. So these need to be taken apart and cleaned. Look at that, jittering all over the place. So, let's go back to the Commodore ones. Okay, Commodore one's plugged in again. Wasn't intending on doing a paddle comparison, but there you go. Might as well while I'm playing a paddle game. You can use Atari 2600 paddles on the C64. I just wouldn't really recommend it. But not being a C64 owner, I love the versatility of the computer. I love the fact that you can load tape, disc and cartridge without the need for any other peripherals. And I love the fact that you have paddle controllers. And this is a good game. I think this is a great example of a nice game on the Commodore 64. This is really cool. Can you do 2-player? I don't think so. I love that night stage. Extended time. He's crashed. Like a... I don't know. There we go. Like an Atari ST. So, dodgiest video in the world, that one. But I like it. I like the game. I don't like that noise. Thanks for watching.